y'all. Welcome to Minding My Money YouTube page. My name is Shawnee, and this is my very first YouTube cash stuffing video. Although I am not new to cash stuffing, this is my first time sharing my journey, and I wanted to do it for a long time. And so I'm finally becoming brave enough and getting out of my own head and doing it for the first time. That being said, I am so glad you are here with me today. I will be sharing my journey along the way once or twice a week, and I hope that you are interested in hearing about my journey because my mindset continuously shifts in how I manage money, and I would like to share it, and hopefully I can inspire others along the way, $1 at a time. If you love cash stuffing, real talk about money, and finding little ways to take your power back financially, well, you are in the right place. So sit back and enjoy the show. But before we do that, since this is my first video, let me share a little something about myself. I am a registered nurse for a little over 14 years. I'm pushing 15 years. I have earned my master's in nursing, and I do have a certification within my field. That being said, my biggest financial nemesis, I guess if you could say, is student loan debt. I owe over $130,000 in student loan debt. That's what they said. I don't know if I agree. But what I will say is, if they can't magically make it disappear, if it doesn't go away, this is the one debt that I would like to get rid of. I feel like if I got rid of that debt, my life would be amazing. And it's my largest debt, second to my mortgage, but my largest debt. And I am just working towards trying to figure out how to pay that off and pay it off sooner than later. I don't imagine that Thanos is going to come back down and snap his fingers and make it go away. And I don't think the Avengers are going to come save me. So I'm going to have to save myself, or some kind of way it just magically disappears. I don't know how. So that's one of the things that I want to work on. Outside of that, also, I want to share my journey in building up an emergency fund. Before, I just only had one big savings account. And what I've learned is it's probably better to separate my funds within my savings. So I want to build an emergency fund, which I am working on that, and a rainy day fund. And my nurse mind separates emergency and rainy day funds. So I see rainy day funds as being an urgent fund. So for me, I understand that most people use emergency and urgency interchangeably, but for me, those are two different things. Emergent means like we need to get on this now. And again, that's nurse brain. Urgent is like it needs to be handled, but we don't necessarily have to do it right now. I do have big dreams of wanting to be financially free. And so that's a part of this journey with me. Also, I want to add that I have wanted to start a YouTube page for 8+ years as far as sharing my journey financially. I was too afraid. I was afraid people wouldn't like me. So please bear with me because this is my first long form video. And I was just afraid that people wouldn't like me. Nobody would watch my videos. And every time that I would want to start recording, I would talk myself out of it because I'm in my mind, nobody would like me. And I always found myself silently cheering other people on that reminded me of myself, except for the fact that they were brave. They were not worried about what they thought people would think. So please understand, it is taking a lot for me to share my journey and my business essentially. Before we get started, also, I do not cash stuff bills. There are categories of some bills, but my bills are automatically drafted out of my account. That is something that I will not stop doing. But if anything, I am creating buffers in all of my envelopes. So now that we got that out the way, and now that I feel like I have introduced myself, it is time to get into it. So let's go. So first, I'm going to be starting with my cash wallet that I take with me everywhere, to the grocery store, to the gas station, wherever I go where I need to spend money. And keeping cash in here keeps me from swiping my card too much. Although I am responsible with paying my bills, I tend to like to swipe my card for things that I don't necessarily need with the residual money. And so this is just my way of saying this is the allowed money for you for right now. All right. So in groceries, I have $20 left over. I'm going to roll that up. I'm going to add that. Sorry. I'm going to add that to my rollover envelope. In gas, I started with $50 in gas. And I started with $2.50 in groceries. In gas, I have $30 left over. I'm going to roll that over. Household, I keep the money in here. There's only $15. We're going to keep that in there. There's nothing in spending, nothing in self-care, nothing in eating out. And I only have $5 in blessing. And I have a buffer that I was starting, and it only has $20. So we'll leave this money to the side for now, and we'll get to stuffing what we need for right now. So as far as groceries go, I need $250. And so 20, 40, 60, 80. 20, 40, 60, 82. Is that how I want to do that? Okay. 20, 40, 60, 80. 20, 40, 60, 82. Okay, I figured it out. So that's 200. And then I need 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. All right. We are going to stuff this in here. For gas, I always do $50 in case I need to drive into the city. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Let's get one of these Raggedy ones. So how are you all doing? What's the weather like where you are? I know where I am, I almost feel like I live on the equator. Like the weather is very disrespectful. So that is all I'm going to be adding here. I forgot to pull out of my $1 bills. I had a bunch of $1 bills, and I will roll this over as well. I have a few receipts that I will scan later. And if you don't have Fetch, anywhere you go, keep your receipts. And I know sometimes, depending on where you are, people don't want to give you the receipts for the things that you buy, which doesn't make sense to me. They don't even really want to give you your change back. But if you download Fetch, and I will add my code in the video somewhere. If you download Fetch, you scan your receipts, you get points, and you build them up. And eventually you can get, gift cards to certain things such as Amazon, Target, the grocery store. I'm letting mine build up, but that's something good that can help because those little points can add up, especially in this economy today. All right, so I'm going to get into my binders where I have, I guess my sinking funds is how most people refer to them as. And so before I get into it, there's a story behind each binder for me. So I know a lot of people label their binders like their savings binder, their long-term savings binder, high priority, low priority. My brain really just does not have the capacity to try to figure out like what's high and low because that's often changing. And so I just label the binders based off how I feel, okay? And so we're gonna start with this little black binder right here, okay? Now, with this particular binder, it reminds me of when you go to a funeral and someone, passes away. Usually, for the most part, people will wear all black, okay? And so this binder is where I go to grieve my money. This is the binder where my money goes to be laid to rest. So essentially, I'm just saying that in this binder are a bunch of categories of things that I need to pay that I don't want to pay, but I have to pay, but I know I need to pay, but I still don't want to pay it, if that makes any sense. There are some bill categories in here. And again, I don't cash stuff my bills. If you see a bill category that I stuff along the way, just know it's just me wanting to get a bigger buffer in that category. And maybe later on I will share why, but right now I want to keep certain things to myself. This is the first video. You don't get to kiss me on the first date. All right, so let's get into it. Let's grieve some money right now. So we have trash. So I live outside of city limits. When I lived in the city, I didn't have to pay for trash. So paying for trash is something new to me, and I've been doing it for the last 5 years. But I start to see that a lot of people, when I watch their videos, they do pay for trash. So maybe it's just me that is foreign to. But today I am going to add $10. And I just want to get it to 200. That'll give me about 6 months worth, and then I start back over. So total, we have 20, 40, 60, 80. 1, 20, 40, 60, 70. So I have 170. If I miscounted that, charge it to my head, okay? So we're going to color in a trash can. So that is it with trash. I'm going to let that kind of dry off a little bit. All right. Car registration is something that I've already had in here for a little while, so it's actually paid off, but I will go ahead and add a fully funded, and I will count this. I have a grievance with this as well. Again, this is where my money goes to be laid to rest. I've already said that already. So here's the thing. J. Cole said it best. He said our taxes supposed to build roads and schools, right? Where I live, I don't know where you live. If my taxes building roads and schools, they are not keeping up with these roads. I hit potholes so big that I promise that I like drop into another dimension almost sometimes. It is so bad, like even just today, taking care of things. I feel like I was playing Tetris on the interstate trying to dodge the holes in the street. And then on top of that, then they make you pay for the sticker once a year to place in your tag to say that it is okay for you to drive the car on the roads in which you pay to keep up that's not kept up. So essentially, I have to keep paying to drive on a street, or the streets, let me say that, on the streets in my metropolitan area that are not being fixed. So that never makes sense to me. But I'm supposed to have 130. I added an extra 5 in case things went up because taxes have gone up for me. So just in case, I got an extra $5 in here. So altogether, I have 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 20, 30, 35. So that's 135. And I'm just going to add a fully funded so that I know to bypass this until next year. All right. HOA is another area in which I do not enjoy placing my money, but I will say there are pros and cons. My HOA isn't as bad as other people's HOAs, but I just find it to be a bunch of people who are bored sitting in their garage all day, judging you, what your yard looks like, this, that, and the third. And I just feel like I'm paying these bills over here, and I'm also paying for these roads that aren't getting fixed, leavemealone.com. And so whenever me and my partner, hopefully we'll get engaged, but my partner lives together, my next home, which I love my home, my next home will have to be non-HOA. I am like a mind your business type of girl. I don't need nobody telling me what to do with my money. So anyway, in HOA, my HOA is $250. If you have an HOA, tell me if $250 is too much or is that kind of cheap for HOA. I've heard people say they've had more. So, but we have 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 20, 30, 40, 140. If I counted that wrong, again, charges to my head. And I don't feel like trying to figure out how many of those to color in. I will do that later. Tell me, how am I doing so far, guys? If you've tuned in, I am so nervous. And I'm in the house essentially talking to myself, and I am nervous. I don't know why. The next category will be for car insurance. So I currently have this drafted out of my account. I want to get it to where I'm paying 6 months at a time. So it's due in November. My boyfriend's going to pay for that, and then I will pick it back up in May. So I'm essentially stuffing for what I would need for May. So I am going to add $10 to this. Altogether, I have 20, 40, 60. Long way to go. But again, we're enjoying the journey. Carb maintenance, I'm also going to add 10 to this. And if I didn't say it at the top of the video, I pulled $720 out of my account, but for this particular video, I want to say it's like $420. Don't quote me on that. So the other part of the money would be for another video. So in car maintenance, I have 20, 40, 50. My car is paid off, and I got my car brand new, and it only has like 50,000 miles after 5 years, almost 6 years of driving it. And I just want to be prepared in the event that something were to happen, because I told you I hit a lot of potholes. And so I want to make sure that in the event that one of my tires goes into another metaverse, that I have the money set aside as opposed to swiping my card just because it's in the account. I want each dollar to be set aside for something in particular. All right. Next, I am going to stuff Verizon. So Verizon is like my cell phone, Netflix, and my internet. So it's all together. And this also, again, all these come out automatically. And I'm probably going to say that a few more times. I just want to make sure I have a good buffer. And hopefully on down the line, I can share why I want a big buffer. But for today, I'm only going to add 10 here. And we have 10, 20, 30, 40 so far. And my goal is like $500. My utilities are way cheaper than when I lived in the city. They're split, so it's the gas and water is one bill, and then the electric is one. Now, the gas and water bill does not come out automatically. I have to do a few things to do that, but I do pay it online. I have to remember to do that. But I'm just going to add $10 here, and these are bills that are already paid. I'm just trying to create a buffer. And I hope to be able to share with you all why if you stay tuned in. And the last category in this grieving binder, because the majority of this video is going to be me grieving my money, is renewals. Renewals for me is things such as like when I need to renew my driver's license, but specifically for now, next December in 2026, I have to renew my nursing certification, and I don't want to lose it because it costs a lot of money to get it, and it took a lot of time and energy in studying, and so I want to keep it up. I'm going to add $10, and I think it's like $280 altogether, but I'm going to go ahead and save $3. And so it only has $20 so far. So that is it with me grieving my binder for today. Oh, well, let me put this back in here. So next I'm going to be stuffing in my pink binder. And my pink binder for me is the stay ready so you don't have to get ready binder. So all the things that will set me up for greatness later on. Essentially, this is the binder where if I need something, I will already have the money. So like savings, emergency funds, those type of things. A lot of people may call this their long-term saving binder, but this binder is going to make sure that in the event that something happens, I already have what I need. I'm only going to be stuffing one category for this first video, but as we go on along the journey, you will see me start to stuff this a little bit more. And so today, I am only stuffing the section for my glasses. I do wear glasses and contacts, and although I have insurance, when you have a prescription for glasses or contacts, you still have to pay a little change. There is no getting around it, okay? And so I will be adding $60 there. I want to say, unless it didn't go up, I want to say my contacts, at least the particular brand that I get, they're daily contacts. I want to say that they're like $180 after insurance covers what it covers, and it gets delivered to my home. So I do enjoy that. So far I have 50, 60, 70, 80, but I'm going to try to save like 500 in case I need to get some new glasses too at some point. So that is it. And again, I will be stuffing more into this, but later on. But right now, we're grieving money today, and we are not really staying ready to get ready so much this video. Okay, the last binder that I have for this particular cash stuffing is my purple binder. This is my fun binder. This is the opposite of the black binder. So where in the black binder, I go to grieve my money. That's the places that I don't want to spend my money. This is where I want to spend my money. This is, girl, this is what you work for. You get to enjoy everything that you worked for, okay? Do what you want to do binder. In this one, I am only going to touch 2 of my envelopes for right now because the black binder does take precedence over a lot of things. And so electronics is where I'm going to be adding this last 10. Well, I don't know where this 10 right here goes. Oh, well, it's going to get $10. And let's see. Oh, no, electronics gets $20. So this last 20 goes to electronics. I need to get a new computer. I don't have one, but by the time this video comes out, I will have one. So essentially, I'm getting a computer here soon, and I'm just saving the money to pay myself back. So far, I have $40, and this is not even just strictly for getting a computer, but anything that I need electronic-wise, because I know there are going to be a few more things a girl stays on Amazon. All right, so that money, except for these ones, this money that came out of my wallet will also go in here if I could pick it up. Jesus. Okay, so I have 20, 40, 50, and it's gonna go into my rollover section. So let's find that. I'm going to have to make it a habit to not sing when I talk because that's something I do in everyday life and nobody wants to hear my horrible singing. All right, so that's it. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to do is add these $1 bills in here, and I'm not going to count them. I don't know how long I'm going to do this for, but so for me, you're not going to see me stuff any $1 bills in any of my envelopes. If it says to stuff $3, you're going to see me stuff 5. So I round up, not down. So any $1 bills that I have left over from my cash wallet, I'm going to just save it over time just to see how much I have. And I think what I want to do eventually is use this money towards student loan debt. Hopefully I can get a nice little bit of ones. I just kind of dread the day I go to the bank and have to give this to them because they're probably going to think that, and it's not a bad thing. I probably should have did it a long time ago myself, but they're probably going to be wondering like what club I work at. And my mama is a missionary, and me learning how to touch the ceiling, those days have passed. I did not learn it, but my mama would not be happy either. So anyway, I'm going to put this money in here, zip that up. So that is all for my very first video. Oh my God, I feel like so relieved that I got this out of the way. I feel like the next video, I'm going to hit the ground running. It's only one thing I think I forgot to do. I forgot to take the change out of here. Let's see what I have left over. It's not much. It's not that much change. I'm going to put it into pinky, but that's it. I want to thank you if you made this far or even watched the second of my video. Thank you for tuning in. This was so hard. I feel like I'm going to do the Chloe Bailey as soon as this ends. When she did her first MTV performance and she killed it. And then when she was done, she was on the side of the stage crying. That's kind of how I feel right now. But again, thank you so much. Oh my God, I can't believe I did it. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching Minding My Money. My name is Shawnee again. If you felt inspired, you just enjoy listening to me ramble or watching me cash stuff, please consider like, commenting, and subscribing. And also find me on Instagram. I started an Instagram page from scratch, and it's Minding My Money, but with an underscore after. Somebody done took my name, and Minding My Money has been mine for a long time. But anyway, that's it. I would love for you to tune back in and be on this journey with me. And hopefully I inspire at least one person, or at least inspire somebody to want to listen to me talk once a week. So until next time, that's all. I'm clocking out. Peace.